One question I get most often from bikini and wellness competitors is which one of these two divisions is actually the best one for them. I'm going to cover it for you today on First Callouts. I'm Ryan Milton from TeamFFLEX. You're on my show, First Callouts, every Wednesday. We get on here and we talk specifically about how to get yourself into First Callouts for all you competitors out there, all right? Today we're going to dive into bikini versus wellness and how do you know where you actually belong. I swear I probably get 50 to 100 different messages every day about this from different competitors, first timers, people that have been competing for a long time, just trying to figure out which one of these divisions, bikini or wellness, is actually the best one for them. So today I'm going to give you a couple different examples and ideas for how you can kind of figure this out, all right? First things first, if you are a brand new competitor, one of the best things you can do is go and compete in both of these. So you can literally go to a show, maybe you've never competed before, you're trying to figure out your division, you don't know if it's bikini, you don't know if it's wellness. Well, go compete at this event and see what the judges tell you. Do both bikini and wellness and see if they have any feedback for you, like, we liked your look best in bikini or we liked your look best in wellness. A lot of times this can be a really good way to gain traction as a competitor and kind of get some feedback to find your division. Now, while I might say this for a beginner or somebody who's doing their first show or maybe done 1-2 other shows and kind of still trying to get their footing in the sport, I would not suggest this for anybody who's more advanced. If you've been competing for years and you're thinking about trying to go to wellness, so you're going to try to go to both, I would not do it. Here's the thing. Both of these divisions are two very different looks. When we look at the top level, you get to really see exemplified what the differences will be. When we get wellness this year at Olympia, you're going to be able to put those wellness pros up against bikini pros and see the dramatic differences. Actually, with the Pittsburgh Pro, we just saw the first pro show in wellness, and it's really starting to define this look and show you exactly what wellness will be. But for a quick review, wellness is much more dominant in the lower body. A lot more development in the quads, a lot more development in the glutes, a lot more development in the hamstrings. Bikini is not so much this way. While bikini has its specific shape and its muscle development it has to have, as well as its look and aesthetic, if you have wellness legs in bikini, you're going to score down. And if you have bikini legs in wellness, you're going to score down, so on and so forth. So these are two different criterias. If you're trying to develop your way down the line as an athlete, you're going to have to commit to one division or the other and continue to train for that look. But for those first timers out there, or those of you that are just trying to get your footing here and you don't really know where to go and compete and do both and see how you do. You probably likely are going to do better in one over the other, and you'll be able to get some feedback from the judges either way to help you kind of guide your criteria and get you a little bit further down the line. Now, another way you can get feedback pretty much right out the gate is to actually go and get a consult from a coach. For me, for example, I do physique assessments. I answer questions all the time. I got competitors sending me pictures and asking me what my opinion is literally 24/7. Most people go through our free trial and they upload pictures and ask me, hey, I'm considering, figure or wellness or bikini and wellness. I don't know which ones to do. What do you think? And from that, you can get an expert opinion that's not from the judges per se, but it is from people, coaches like me, that are putting athletes on stage. And so, at this point, we have a lot of wellness competitors doing very well in wellness. We have a lot of bikini competitors doing very well in bikini. A lot of times, I'm able to help kind of formulate and see where somebody needs to go. So if you're looking for any help with that, go to my website, do my free trial, TeamFFLEX.com, and you can subscribe to that. And I'm happy to help you figure this out, talk more with you, check out your pictures, whatever, help you figure out which one of these divisions fits best for you. I do also offer physique assessments as well, which are very in-depth, and they dive fully into that. But again, I'm not the only coach out there. I'm just telling you guys what I would suggest. Get opinions though, hear from, different coaches, talk to different coaches, see what they think. While there may be, this predetermined idea of, oh, you look like this, so you have to go to this division, the truth is, really, you can formulate your shape, you can formulate your aesthetic, and you can really compete in either one of these divisions. And we'll talk a little bit more about that right after this break.
TeamFFLEX.com presents a revolution in the online competition coaching experience. Contest prep has been redefined. From anywhere around the world, at the touch of a button, your entire totally custom coaching experience built just for you. Constantly monitored and adapted by your own expert competition coach. The most complete competition coaching experience awaits you now. Go to TeamFFLEX.com and try it free.
Now, I know a lot of competitors and even coaches out there pretty much kind of hammer on the fact that if you got bigger legs, you should go to wellness, and if you got a smaller frame, you should probably do bikini. But there's a whole other factor here that really comes into play, and this is where the training and all that can really tie in. Having a good coach, all that really can make a big difference in your journey as any type of competitor. Here's what I think is the most important factor for anybody out there trying to figure out, is it bikini or is it wellness? You have to know the look you like best, and the one you will like best on yourself, not just when you prep, but also 365 days a year, your entire life, in other words, right? If you're planning to compete in this sport of bodybuilding for any length of time, doesn't matter if it's bikini or wellness, you're going to go down this path where maybe, you do a couple shows, you try to win some trophies, you maybe want to go to nationals, try to get a pro card, pro shows, Olympia, all that, right? There's so many competitors with all variances of goals. But if you plan to compete and you plan to continue down that path, it really becomes a lifestyle for you to where you have to have that look all the time. And I'll tell you, when wellness came out, I had a lot of bikini competitors I was coaching that decided they may want to try to do wellness. So I diverted all their training over, changed it up, started really hammering the legs a lot more, bringing up these areas so these athletes could do their best in that division of wellness. And what happened with several of them is actually they didn't like the way they looked when they built that much muscle, right? They didn't actually like the fact that their legs were bigger, their glutes bigger, they can't wear the same pants they're always wearing, things like that. And they don't like the look in the off season, on season, they just don't like carrying that much muscle, right? This actually has happened with a lot of competitors that I've talked to on the internet as well. People ask me questions. So that's one thing that happens often. And what happened with that is now I'm actually diverting those athletes back to be able to do bikini again. So losing some muscle in this case, reshaping, getting back the bikini aesthetic. So there's two different aesthetics when we talk about bikini versus wellness. Bikini's a smaller frame, still have to have muscle, still train very hard, but it's a different look than wellness, where you have this lot of muscle development. Like a wellness competitor in the off season is pretty massive, honestly. Okay, you're gonna have a lot. Your legs are gonna be humongo, all right, in the off season. So definitely something to take in consideration. Where bikini now, you're gonna fit a smaller frame most of the time, like literally on season, off season, on season, going to stage, you're the smallest that you're gonna be. But some women just prefer that smaller look, and some women prefer the bigger look. And there's no right or wrong, but it's your personal choice. And so what I always say is the number one thing as a competitor to consider if you're trying to figure out which division you want to go down, you got to know which look you like best on yourself, because that's the one that's going to allow you to train at maximal intensity, train at maximal capacity, and continue to actually move forward and do well. Remember, I said you can't really do good in this bikini and wellness, doing them both at a later stage. So it's going to be something you got to pick and a look you got to go for, and one you're going to have while you compete, but also just as a lifestyle. And anybody competing really knows this. For you first timers out there, you're going to learn this as you go. Really, there is no on and off season. You're kind of always going to be trained in some kind of way, always eating some kind of way. For example, on TeamFFLEX, we coach all of our athletes through all phases, all year, all the time. So all of this really comes together to say you got to know which division division you like and the look you want to have, and that's where you're going to do your best. So that's what I do believe is the most important factor and really how you can define your path and get where you want to be. The truth also is that no matter where you think you're in this, predisposed spot where maybe your legs are bigger, so you assume, okay, I have to do wellness, or you got a coach telling you that. I know people do that. Or you're smaller and so you think, okay, bikini, I should do bikini. That's what somebody told me. Here's the truth. You can shape your physique for either division totally easily, right? Like if you have the right training, the right nutrition, you can absolutely do that. It might not be easy. I should rephrase the way I just said that, but it's definitely possible and it can be done. When you really start adapting the way that you train and the way that you're eating and doing all that, you can go for either look. You can go from wellness to bikini. You can go from bikini to wellness. You can go to have never done either one of these to formulating the look to be able to compete in, either one. So this is totally possible. I know a lot of people would say this, that it's not. A lot of coaches say no because you have this, you got to do that. Truth is, I've already done this with athletes. I've already been doing this. I trained some athletes to go to wellness. They ended up not liking wellness. I'm downsizing them to go back to bikini and vice versa. And I've taken bikini compares and wanted to do wellness, build them into wellness, and they love it and they're competing there and they're doing successful. So really it comes down to understanding that you can change the way you look, you can train to look the way you want to, and as long as you have, this idea of what you like and where you want to be, you're going to be successful in it. All right, so hope this video was helpful to you today. If it was, drop me a thumbs up, give me a comment if you have any questions, subscribe to the channel. The most helpful thing to me is if you can subscribe, and if you know anybody that needs to hear this, please share it. That helps me. I'm trying to get this information out, help as many people as I can. And as always, anybody, if you're out here and you're looking for some right now feedback to try to get an idea of where to go, what to do, where to head, go to my website, TeamFFLEX.com. You can check out our free trial. I'm happy to show you bikini workouts, wellness workouts, give you some critiques on your physique, whatever it is you're looking for. We do it all over there. All right, thanks for watching. Coach Rye is out.